Good evening, Chief Meteorologist Candace King with you in the First Warn Weather Center. Just wanted to give you an update here after the 6 o'clock newscast on what we're expecting, what we're looking at here Monday evening, and what to expect over the course of the next 12 to 18 hours. 61 yesterday, 52 today. We were in the 50s on Saturday. What is happening, right? We don't want to return to winter as we're going into spring, but that's pretty much exactly what we've got as we begin the beginning parts here of March. So starting to get a little more precip, expand over northern Illinois, and even lifting into southern Wisconsin. Our temperatures are cooling off, so our numbers are dropping closer to the freezing mark, and that's where we're actually seeing the radar pick up on snowfall. But so far, the only reports I've received have been either lighter rain or a little bit of sleet, and then we've had more lighter showers in around the Sterling, moving into the Dixon area. I really want you guys to let me know what is happening at your house as we head into the evening and night tonight, and especially on Tuesday morning. This is going to be very, very vital to us in knowing how much snow is coming down, where the heavier snow bands are, or maybe where that mix is lasting a little longer, where the temperatures are holding on. See, initially we're going to get this warm push of air come in ahead of this low pressure system, which is still out in the central plains. That's not expected to move through until later tonight and early tomorrow morning. So weather at WTVO.com, email us, send us a message, comment on our Facebook page, tweet us as well. We really want to know what is going on over the next 12 to 18 hours with this storm. Temperatures now are falling. We're already at the freezing mark in Monroe. We're 39 in Rockford. Now this is a little after 6:30, so these numbers are actually expected to fall back as that colder air comes in. It's coming in from north to south, so from Wisconsin down into central Illinois. That actual cold front is already in central Illinois. That came through earlier this afternoon. Now we're starting to get that colder air come in. In the pink, we have a winter storm warning. It goes into effect 9 o'clock tonight and will last through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. This includes the cities of Freeport, Rockford, Belvidere, McHenry, Janesville, Monroe, and other counties or other cities, I should say, in the pink. So if you're along either north or south a little bit there of Highway 20, you're likely in that winter storm warning. Winter weather advisory south of that in the purple shading. So for you folks in Shannon, Byron, Forreston, Mount Morris, Rochelle, Malta, DeKalb, Sycamore, Genoa, Paw Paw, Dixon, as well as Sterling. This is as we hold on to the temperatures initially. See, we've got this not only a front at the surface, but we've also got a cold front several thousand feet above, and that's lagging a little bit that surface front. So while our temperatures are cooling off at the surface, that cooling is lagging a little bit several thousand feet above. So that's why as we get into the heart of this, the more snow could likely fall near the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Now, it is possible that we might see the counties of Carroll, maybe even Ogle and parts of northern DeKalb County extended into that winter storm warning. It just depends on how things play out over the next several hours. But to kind of give you a little timeline on what we're expecting for the evening and into tonight, we've got that mix once we hit about midnight. See, with the temperatures staying very warm the past couple of days, we're not going to feel the effect initially on road surfaces. It's going to take a little while, and we have to get a little more steady rainfall, or steady snowfall, I should say, before we begin to see that accumulate. And that may actually come into the heart of the overnight and very early tomorrow morning. And that's when our weather risk will go to high overnight tonight for the morning commute. And then the system, as quick as it comes, it gets out of here and is actually moving to the east. So our snowfall will taper off from west to east as we look towards the afternoon. Travel impact will be at its highest overnight. So anyone who maybe works the third shift, people coming home from third shift, getting out early tomorrow. I would advise waking up early tomorrow so you can assess the road conditions, assess the weather conditions, and allow yourself that extra time to get out on the roadways. But notice our travel impact goes down as we get a little bit further afternoon and then into the Tuesday evening time frame. Good thing with this, the sun angle, and that we're getting into March, the effects felt on the roads. Temperatures aren't going to drop off completely here in the teens. We're actually going to get back into the 30s, so that'll help a little bit in the next couple of days. But you can really see how this is kind of expanding. See, the actual cold front is down here. This is the surface front, but we've got that other cold front now coming in right over here, and it's going to be that second one. This is the one that's forming at about 5,000 to 6,000 feet above. That is going to be the focus for the heavy snowfall and where those heavy snow bands set up. So the big question is, where is that front going to settle up? Because that is going to determine where that heavy snowfall lies. The actual low pressure system is starting to develop out in Nebraska. So let's put this with Futurecast, and then we'll get some numbers and we'll kind of wrap this up a bit. Futurecast through 10 o'clock, we've got the lighter snowfall. Notice how it's confined mainly along Highway 72 and points northward, kind of looking at that trend. Could be the general case. I think that may extend a little further south here as we head into the evening, but it does begin to fill in as we go into the overnight. And into the overnight, that's when we'll get those heavy snow bands that do set up. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of the November 22nd, not in the amount of snow that we're going to get, but just those heavy snow bands. And you go 20 or 30 miles north or south of that, and you could actually end up with a lot less snowfall. So it really depends on where these heavy snow bands set up, and that's where we're going to see some of the higher totals. But either way, this is not going to be a uniform snow event. So you're going to go from maybe one area getting 6, 7 inches of snow potentially to another area south of here that maybe only picked up 1 or 2 inches. So it's going to vary a lot over the area that we have. And you notice the snowfall here really begins to wind down. Now there's another system that comes in. We'll watch this one Wednesday night into Thursday. That may cause some issues for Thursday morning. So preliminary snowfall totals that'll take us over the next 18 hours look something like this. 88 southward, about 2 to 3 inches. North of that to about Highway 20, you're looking at 2 to 4. And then north of that, about 4 to 6 as we get along Highway 20 and points northward. Isolated amounts over 6 inches are possible. Again, it just depends on where that band sets up. So that's something we're really going to be watching here over the next several hours as that low starts to strengthen and begins to move closer to us, because unfortunately we can't really forecast where those bands, we can get kind of an idea of where those heavy snow bands set up, but really they're not realized until the event actually starts to get going. And that's when we start to realize, okay, we've got this band that's going to set up, it's not moving, and that's when we'll get, higher snowfall rates and higher snowfall totals. So stick with us through the rest of the evening into tomorrow morning. Meteorologist Kristen Swiner will have road updates. They'll be live with all the weather reports that you need and updates on what to expect for that Tuesday morning commute. But we still got our newscast at 9 o'clock on Fox and 10 o'clock tonight. So any updates that will need to be added to this forecast, or if anything changes, they will be there on that newscast, and you will also find them right here on our weather blog as well as on our Facebook page. So thanks so much for joining me this evening. Don't forget shovels. If you haven't, if you maybe put away your snow pants, boots, scarf, all that winter gear is probably going to need to be pulled back out for tomorrow morning. But hopefully our temperatures, they will begin to go up as we get a little further into March. All right, I will see you guys later on this evening.